let's talk about the actual the goals and the priorities here. Okay, so I think what you and I are advocates for now is health,
Health,
longevity.
health. Ooh, longevity. Let's
Yeah.
talk on that. I can preach on that for a little while.
Okay, so there is no doubt, and you probably know the studies more than I do, but there is absolute treasure trove of studies that prove that consuming less calories leads to a longer life.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about that real quick. We had the greatest human experiment ever done on intermittent fasting during the Great Depression. Let me explain how. During the Great Depression, obviously, economy collapsed, people were starving, people were hungry. Life expectancy for those people who went through the Great Depression actually increased. What kind of sense does that make? You're starving, you're out of jobs, you're not, and we had one of our greatest experiments, and we saw that life expectancy actually during that time increased a little bit. And all that was the calorie restriction. And if you go back and you look at some of the experts in longevity that you're talking about, and when he's talking about longevity, he's talking about lifespan, right? And not just lifespan, because number of years is cool and all. Quality of life during those years is way more important. One of the world experts in longevity is Dr. Walter Longo, and he preaches fasting, and he has his own fasting mimicking diet that he uses. So if you get a chance to check that out, it's called the Fasting Mimicking Diet by Walter Longo. It's amazing, and you only do it like every 3 months, I think, or 6 months. So you're not doing it all the time. And what he started his research on was mice, and he found out if he starved the mice a certain days of the week, and he took another group of mice and he fed them all the time. You got food anytime you want it, and no, you're only going to eat during certain times at minimal quantities. Who lives longer? What are the issues? What are the problems? And the ones who didn't eat, 30% longer lifespan. And they equate that to our lives. That would essentially be basically 30 additional years. Can you imagine what we could do with 30 more years of good quality health? And all you did was just restrict your feeding.